Hello, planet Pluto, pseudo, and happy Blackout Eve. I am so sorry I could not be on the show with you, my beautiful, brilliant sisters, Cheryl and Ladasha. Thank you for allowing me to send greetings and a little information and inspiration to share with all you talented, tough hair artisans and entrepreneurs. I'm so proud of you. I love you. And even though we are not together per se, we are always together because we're united. And united, we always had more power than pain. We had 6,400 grocery stores in the 1930s and 40s. We have less than 30 now. In the past 3 decades, 85% of our over 120 Black owned banks have disappeared, less than 20 now. In most predominantly Black areas, over 90% of the businesses are not locally or Black owned. All the big brands and retailers that live and thrive off the Black dollar, like Hennessy, have hardly any and sometimes no Black businesses in their supply chain. Black beauty supply stores in Black neighborhoods with 100% Black clientele. I don't have to tell you. Last I checked, less than 3% across America are Black owned. And we've lost Black hair care. How do we accept that? The one industry began by belonging to and sustaining us. Well, we didn't lose it, actually. It was stolen from us. A racist system and society would not stand for us to have that much power, pride, and prosperity. It was stolen. But we left the door wide open and we left those thieves a plate of milk and cookies to take on the way out. In 1986, Irving J. Botner, who was then the CEO of Revlon, when he was asked about competition from Black owned firms in the Black hair care industry, Botner said to Newsweek, in the next couple of years, the Black owned businesses will disappear. They'll all be sold to white companies. And he was right. We made him right. L'Oreal and Revlon saw that our Black community built these lucrative Black hair care companies, and they also saw how swiftly Black people would leave them to buy from white owned companies that offered ethnic alternatives, or how we really didn't care who owned the company, and how we had lost our solidarity when it came to our culture and our hair. Then they put Diane Carroll in a commercial and some other beautiful Black faces and kente cloth on the boxes. By 2000, L'Oreal owned all of the largest Black hair care companies. It's only gotten worse since then. That's what Botner wanted. That's what he predicted, but it was our people and our purchases that let it happen. We gave it away. So let's take it back. It was ours to give away and it's ours to take back because we need all that pride, power, and prosperity back. Like TT said and set it off, remember? We need that money. So take it back. Not because you hate L'Oreal or Revlon or Unilever. That's not what I'm about. That's not what the blackout is about. It's not about them or that or hate. Take it back, not because you hate them, but because you love yourself and you love us. These past several years, we've been attacked. So much pain, violence, exploitation, and misery has fallen upon us. So we prayed and we protested. But we can't keep fighting racism, poverty, injustice, and exploitation with our protests and our prayers and our politicians, then enabling it all with our purchases. Keep that one, Planet Pluto. Say it with me. We can't keep fighting racism, poverty, injustice, and exploitation with our protests, prayers, and politicians, then enabling it all with our purchases. I love you. I love you all, but I got to go. Blessings and bye Black. I'm Maggie Anderson. I hope you enjoy my movement message about tomorrow's blackout. Hey, I'm Maggie Anderson. In 2009, before Mr. Floyd's murder, before Donald Trump came on the scene, my husband and I took a stand and exclusively lived off Black owned businesses for an entire year. Major press covered our journey. We were threatened. My mother was dying of pancreatic cancer the whole time. But most importantly, our sacrifice inspired and touched millions all over the world. It was called the Empowerment Experiment. That year changed my life. And since then, I used the entirety of my smarts and strength and spirit to fight for Black owned businesses and economic empowerment for my community. I wrote my critically acclaimed book, Our Black Year: One Family's Quest to Buy Black in America's Racially Divided Economy. I've spoken and lectured about Black business history, including the economic terrorism Black American entrepreneurs and whole communities endured, our tradition of economic solidarity, and the economic exploitation and injustice that has been ingrained in our society since Dr. King's death. As much as I teach this precious history, I also preach about our contemporary lack of unity, how we do not support our own businesses anymore. And I speak out against economic injustice I see and study in our struggling Black neighborhoods and throughout corporate America, especially in the Black hair care industry. With all that, I have never supported a boycott until now. I am asking all my supporters to participate in the blackout on Friday, February 28th, 2025. All I wanted from that year and since was to get my people and our friends to buy black like we used to, like we should, as an expression of our love and our pride, and to honor our elders and ancestors whose blood, their brilliance, and their businesses got us to where we are today. It was never about them, those who oppose and deny our greatness. I dismiss them. But on Friday, we cannot dismiss them. We must deny and disgrace them by proving our love, unity, pride, and power. Let me say this real quick. I am and have always been a major business DEI advocate, business diversity ambassador, working with huge corporations to get more supplier, vendor, and franchisee diversity, more Black owned chilies, more Black owned inputs and crafts products, more Black owned beauty and hair care products on the shelves in the big retailers, and more Black owned marketing, construction, and IT firms getting the big government and corporate contracts. All that. I've done all that because it is by far the most viable and scalable way to grow our businesses and generate the geometric economic growth we need. And this Friday is my way to keep up that advocacy for more supplier diversity and business DEI by supporting this blackout. And it's still about love. It's just time for some tough love. Please participate in the blackout. Please use this day to buy black and bank black, of course, and support locally owned businesses and communities of color. While I am 100% in support of the guidelines proffered by Reverend Sharton, I would like to qualify the term small business. There are too many small businesses in predominantly Black areas owned by folks who don't look like or live in those areas or look out for the people who do. Please support small businesses that are locally owned in communities of color, not the small businesses owned by entrepreneurs that come into Black neighborhoods every day, take poor, hardworking Black people's money from under a slit in bulletproof glass, then take that money out of the community, effectively stealing that money and its power from the Black community. Too many small businesses like this raid Black neighborhoods all over America every day, doing it right now. There are so many wonderful Black owned businesses and banks we can lift up on Friday. Please support them like John and I do every day. Our doctors, contractors, lawyers, dentists, our mortgage, everything from the alarm system protecting my home to the coffee we drink every day, to the makeup I wear, to the products I use on my hair, the clothes I buy my girls. Support the blackout. Let's do this. I love you all so much. Bye bye.